Hi guys, I hope you are doing well. My name's Jack and welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about ICP. Let's dive in. So, ICP, it has been a while. And firstly, before I get into the actual video, I owe you all an apology because it has been a while since I've been giving you content, and I do apologize, but I've went through hell for the last few months. Basically, since December, I started having some pretty serious health problems. Basically, my health was fucked, and I ended up having to quit cigarettes for the first time since I was 13 years old, which absolutely destroyed me. It was very, very difficult mentally. And around the same time, I have a company outside of YouTube, which sort of I survive on, and my company went through a very difficult time, basically at the same time as that. So it almost collapsed, but saved it at the end of the day. So, but now things are better. Health is better, business is better, so I now have that mental space to get back into doing these YouTube videos. And at a nice time, actually, because the market has sort of woken up. So you can expect more of the same videos coming out now that I have that headspace. So with that out of the way, let's dive in, because I'm sure you'd rather hear about ICP than my life story. So yeah, so we've got ICP here. Firstly, we're going to take a quick look at the price action. So what you can see, I'm sure you've been here, you've lived it. We've been in this downtrend for basically a couple of years now, where you've been making these macro lower lows and lower highs. However, we are right now at this pivot point and potentially at the point of a change of character. Because if we see ICP flip this level, which is basically at $6 that I've got marked out here, and I encourage you to put this on your chart because it is a very, very key level. If we can see the price here flip this, back test it, turn it into support and see continuation, that would be your signal that you're going to come back up here and start testing this $15 to $20 level. So this is what you're looking for, a break and retest of our $6 level here. And why would that happen? Well, if we look on, I'm a big fan of looking at these higher time frames, guys, right? And if we look at, let me just get this out of the way. If we look at the monthly here, and I'll zoom in just so you can see it. In the monthly, we recently closed a nice candle last month with a long wick to the bottom. And not just that, but this occurred at a key Fibonacci level. So we got this monthly candle here with a long wick to the downside at the 786 Fibonacci level. So firstly, any bounce at a Fibonacci level is significant because it's bouncing, it's basically in confluence with the Fibonacci. And when you also get a candle print like this with a long wick, typically if you look to the left here, when you get these long wicks to the downside, normally you do see some upside in the coming months. And so that's the monthly, right? But even on the 2 week as well, it's even more distinct on the 2 week. On the 2 week as well, you can see recently we've been having these long wicks to the downside at this key Fibonacci level at 786. So whenever you see these long wicks to the downside, it is a good sign, it is a bullish sign. So with a bit of luck, these long wicks to the downside could end up pushing us back up above this $6 level and taking us potentially on to new highs. So that's your price action and what we're tracking there. If we go on and go through actually some of the indicators, so let's start with our RSI here. So the RSI is one indicator that I really like, as you know, and let's see what we are doing here. So firstly, the RSI is still in this downtrend and nothing really has changed here. We're on the weekly time frame, by the way. So nothing really has changed here in the RSI on the weekly. We're below our midline and we are also still in this downtrend. The one thing we do have though is that we have just bounced off this major significant downsloping trend line in the RSI. We bounced there in sort of April time and we are now moving up from there. But all in all, guys, on the weekly time frame, there is no majorly bullish signals here on the RSI, unfortunately. What would change that is if we start to see a break above the midline, and we can potentially flip more bullish on the weekly time frame. However, if we zoom down to the 3-day time frame, things are changing quite a bit. So on the 3-day time frame, which is one I really like for trading, on the 3-day time frame, we actually are getting very close to breaking out of this midline. And if we look back, right, if we look back when ICP breaks above this midline, so here's one time it happened here, it was a fake out, but the next time it happened here, which was in November last year, you broke above the midline here and you went on this huge rally. If we look behind again, the last time it happened was in October of 2023, broke above the midline on the 3-day time frame and off you were, off to the moon. So we are very close, guys, to actually breaking there. So what we can do here is you can set an alert on your trading view just by clicking here, so that you are notified when the 3-day ICP on the 3-day time frame breaks above our midline, because that to me will trigger a rally, and it'll also give you an invalidation. So your invalidation for that could be if it closes back below the midline. So that's what I look for: nice clean trades with a signal and an invalidation. Whereas right now we don't really have either of those. We're sort of waiting. Moving on. So now we're going to look at our EMA chart, right? So what we've got here is our EMA band here. Okay, so basically the rules for this is whenever you're below this EMA band, we are bearish, and whenever you're above it, we're bullish. So we're right now, we are still below it, guys. Like, that is black and white. You can't deny that. But we are kind of getting close to breaking out here. So what we're looking for here on the 3-day time frame, we are looking for ICP to break above this EMA band, break above that $6 level, again in confluence with that $6 level, keeps popping up. What you're looking for is closing above that. If we see a close above that EMA band, right, on the 3-day time frame, you have a very high chance of going on and doing a rally, just like we did here in November of 2024, and just like we did here in October of 2023. Okay, so now, but again, for now, guys, just to be clear, this has not happened. We need to see that break above $6. If we see a 3-day candle close above $6, we could be looking at some further upside. But until that time, we do need to be cautious. I know there's a lot of excitement in the market right now, and it's good. It's good to have that. But you do sort of need to keep a level head as well and sort of wait for these extra confirmations. I currently don't have ICP in my portfolio because I'm a sort of long-term, medium-term trader. I want to have an invalidation point, and I only get that when we break above here. So my strategy dictates that I do still have to wait for that additional confirmation. But things are loading, right? Things are definitely loading. And basically what we're looking for here, just to summarize the video, you're looking for, firstly, a break above the $6 level, because it is this major, this long-term pivot point here from the prior rally. It is also our it's also the resistance that we're encountering at our 3-day EMA band as well. And if we do break above that level, I am pretty sure that you will also see confidence with that in the RSI as well. I would say you will see this breaking above all at once. And that for me will be 3 confidences all at one time. That'll be enough for me to jump into a trade. And where I'll be taking this trade, I will be entering here at the break above $6. My invalidation then, the point at which I'm wrong and I exit, will be if we see a break back below our EMA band. But all in all, if we break above this EMA band here at $6 and close above there, I would be targeting firstly that $15 level, which is 150% gain from here, and then secondly onto our $21 level. So I hope you did get some value from that video today. There's going to be more where this came from, guys. Sorry for disappearing. I had to do what I had to do. So if you're new here, please do consider hitting that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.